So napapaisip ka, kung itutuloy mo yung pagkuha ng kursong medisina, nursing, radtech, medtech, at iba't iba pang kursong related sa health. O di kaya naman, isa ka na sa mga ito at nagbabalak kang mag-change career. Kung hindi naman, ay balak mo na lang ituloy yung nasimulan mo na. Dito sa video ito, bibigyan kita ng 5 dahilan kung bakit hindi na worth it maging healthcare professional ngayong 2020 o ngayong parating na 2021. Kung ano-ano yung mga dahilan na yan, tara, alamin natin kung bakit. Ngayon nga 2021, paparami ng paparami yung gustong kumuha ng healthcare-related courses. And it makes me think, is it even worth it still? Sa tingin ko, naklik mo yung video ito dahil napapaisip ka kung itutuloy mo yung napili mong kurso o yung napili mong propesyon o di kaya interesado ka lang malaman. Bakit hindi na worth it maging isang healthcare professional ngayon? And honestly, sa kasalukuyang nangyayari ngayon, sa gitna nitong COVID-19 pandemic, it's starting to open more and more people's eyes on whether or not being a healthcare professional is the right choice anymore. At to be honest, ako rin mismo sa sarili ko napapaisip tungkol dito. Because on how things are going on right now, how they are treating the frontliners, at madalas makikita natin na hindi nagiging kaaya-aya yung sitwasyon. Yun yung mga nag-aaral pa lang. Yung mga bagong graduate natin na supposed to be magiging part ng healthcare community natin, sila mismo napapaisip if magiging involved sila sa ganitong kalakaran. So hindi na natin patatagalin. The first reason is healthcare providers are not protected. Yung mga specific organizations ng mga respective professions natin at sa mga hospitals, lalo na sa malalaking hospitals, they do not protect their own members. Hindi ko nilalahat pero maraming ganitong kalakaran. Paano mo po protektahan yung ibang tao and make them feel safe if you yourself is not protected? Imagine working in a hospital and you have a very limited amount of PPE. Yung iba nga nilalaban nila yung PPE nila kahit hindi naman dapat. Some even require their own members to bring their own PPE. And you hear about healthcare workers dying every single day just because they are not adequately prepared enough to take care of these patients. Hindi ako galit, pero mapapaisip ka if it's worth it. Gugustuhin mo bang pumunta sa hospital at magtrabaho in which you are not adequately prepared enough to take care of the people and them expecting you to really work hard in order to save their life? And that's something that you have to think if it's worth it for you or not. Well, maswerte ka kung hindi mo nararanasan ito, pero meron at merong nakakaranas ng ganitong sitwasyon. And sometimes you just have to weigh the pros and cons and think of it. Maybe it's not worth it for you. Reason number 2, we are not respected anymore. You are not respected anymore.
The moment na tinanong ng anak ko, anong grade sa isolation, wala sinasagot ka. Bakit kailangan mo mag-open agad? Sabi ko po, ma'am. No, hindi ka nag-prepare na maghanap. Naririnig ko kayo.
And yes, maybe your profession is one of the most glorious, one of the most respected profession in the world. But at the end of the day, the way you look at it, the way some patient treat us, the way some doctors treat us, the way some doctors treats other doctors, the way your superiors treats you, at yung iba pang mga healthcare professionals within the hospital or within the healthcare setting, it doesn't seem that we are the most respected anymore. It doesn't seem that you are the most respected anymore. Hindi ko sinasabi ito dahil gusto nating makuha yung pagkilala, pakikisama na dapat ibinibigay sa atin. But there are days where it feels like people look down on us. And unfortunately, it's something that some people can't handle. At syempre, ikaw mismo aayawan mong maranasan ito araw-araw. And if you feel like you are being looked down upon over and over again, sooner or later, magkakaroon ito ng epekto sa mental health and physical health mo and how you feel as a whole. And sometimes, it's not worth it for some people to feel that way. And you have to take that into consideration. Third reason is superiority complex. So this one's sensitive. Iisa-isahin ko na lang sa inyo yung mga senyales ng mga taong merong superiority complex and try to observe. Baka merong ganitong tao sa workplace mo. So una, sila yung mga taong prone sa mood swings. Yung mga taong wala ka namang ginawa, biglang magbabago yung mood. Yung mga taong paiba-iba yung ugali sa ospital. Yung akala mo nire-regla lagi kahit na menopause naman na sila. Yung mga feeling mo nire-regla lagi, lalaki naman sila. Yung mga feeling mo palaging mainit yung ulo. Other than that, sila yung mga taong nahihirapang akuin yung pagkakamali nila. Bakit ako na naman? Hindi naman ako yan eh. Siyan. Tapos, sila yung taong kinukumpara lagi yung sarili nila sa iba. And also, they have the tendency to make all things about them. And other than that, they also have the sense of entitlement. Ako yan. Tapos ko na yan. Huh? What? And if they are your seniors, you always have to prove yourself to them. Like what I said, hindi ko nilalahat. Pero meron at merong nakakaranas ng ganito sa hospital setting at sa mga iba pang mga workplace. Some say it's part of the training. But who knows the real reason behind their actions? Maraming healthcare professionals natin ang nakakaranas ng ganitong bullying, even doctors do. And you have to be aware of this, and I don't think it's worth it at all to experience. So number 4 reason is lack of compensation. Madalas sinasabi nila na kapag nasa medical field ka, malaki yung chance na kumita ka ng malaki. Makapasok ka sa ganito, makapasok ka sa ganyan, makapasok ka dito, makapasok ka doon. And yes, karamihan naman sa sinasabi nila ay katotohanan. And don't get me wrong, marami naman din talagang kumikita ng sagana. Pero mas marami yung kumikita ng sapat lang or yung iba nga nasa minimum wage, lalong-lalo na yung mga nasa probinsya. And with all the things na ginagawa natin, I don't know if the money is worth it. Parang hindi na worth it yung mga bagay na gagawin mo on a daily basis. Lalo na kung sa tingin mo hindi ka well compensated. Dahil marami namang way para kumita ng pera kung pera lang pag-uusapan. Basta paghirapan mo lang. Parang sa statement ko nga, dinedeclare ko na at least may sahod. Pero hindi tayo pare-pareho ng senaryo. Maswerte ka kung nasa government ka. Maswerte ka kung nakapasok ka sa gobyerno sa murang edad. Pero just imagine yung mga tao na nagtatrabaho sa mga private institutions, sa mga private na mga company, sa mga private na hospitals. Hindi tayo pare-pareho ng senaryo. Minsan, nagagalit ako sa mga kakilala ko na bakit mo ginagrab yung ganyang trabaho na may ganyang pasahod? Pero at the end of the day, hindi mo sila masisisi. Kasi yun yung opportunity. Igagrab nila yan. Karamihan sa kanila, pinanghahawakan na lang na balang araw, makakapag-abroad din ako. And yes, karamihan nagiging stepping stone yung mga mabababang sahod dahil barang araw umaasa sila na mapunta sila sa mas mabuting karir. At isa ito sa mga dahilan kung bakit hindi pinanghihinayangan ng mga employers na umalis yung kanilang mga empleyado dahil alam nilang meron at merong mag-a-apply sa kanila na kahit hindi nila itaas yung sahod, meron at meron silang alam na papasok sa kanila at kukunin yung posisyon na iniwan mo. Sabi ko nga kanina, maswerte ka kung nasa government ka. Just imagine mag-start ka with a 10K salary. So, depende yan sa profession mo. So, profession by profession, magkakaiba yung starting salary natin. Pero sa mga private institutions, nag-a-average yan ng 10 to 20. Pero sa mga probinsya, madalas ang starting mo ay nag-a-average lang ng 10 to 15,000. Then sa tingin mo, makaka-retire ka with the same institution, with the same company, with a salary of 50 to 60K? Rarely mangyayari yan. More or less, mag-i-stay ka lang around 20 to 30K hanggang sa ikaw ay mag-retire. Lalong-lalo na kung nasa private institution ka. And is it worth it yung kabuuang ipon mo sa hard work na binigay mo at sa stress na inabot mo and with all the things that you have to deal with before you retire? Sometimes it's not worth it at the very end. You might have to just look elsewhere. Sa bagay, marami naman sa mga healthcare workers natin ang napupunta sa BFP, BJMP, PNP at sa mga iba't iba pang mga sangay ng gobyerno. At may kinalaman dyan yung reason number 5 natin. At ang panglimang rason ay health is not the priority of the government. So, big issue. And yes, sa 2020 budget pa lang natin, ang laki-laki ng kinaltas nila for health. Just imagine a 10 billion cut sa national budget ng Department of Health. At sobrang laki ng budget under DND and DILG. So, it makes sense na lilipat yung mga tao dun sa mga ibang propesyon dahil mas malaki at mas alaga sila ng gobyerno. At nagkaltas nga sila ng 10 billion budget sa national budget for health. Given na merong epidemic ng polio that time at merong outbreak ng measles at dengue. And during that time na pinapasa yung national budget natin, in-interview nila si Secretary Garin. How can you describe the status of the Department of Health under the proposed budget? And her quick answer, it seems that health is not the priority of the government who are supposed to display compassion. Yan ang exact words niya upon budget cutting, and I agree. Health is not the priority of the government. Imagine, polio has been eradicated noong year 2000 pa. But because of politics politics and neglect a disease that should have been prevented is threatening to return and will bring miseries to the people. And ngayon parang natatabunan na yung mga misdeeds sa PhilHealth. At kung hindi pa lumala itong COVID-19 pandemic, hindi pa lalaki ng 20 to 30% yung national budget natin for health. Ba't parang galit na galit ka? Hindi, ine-explain ko lang sa inyo. Gusto ko lang iparating sa kinauukulan na sana sa susunod magkaroon ng mas malaking budget ang health at mas mapagtuunan tayo ng gobyerno. At kayong mga nasa PhilHealth, hindi ko kayo nilalahat, pero meron at merong gusot na kailangang ayusin dyan sa loob at sana ayusin nyo yung mga trabaho ninyo dahil umaasa sa inyo yung sambayan ng Pilipino. And with you watching this video, whether you're one of us or aspiring, the question is it worth it for you to continue this trap knowing that you will put yourself in danger? And at the end of the day, you have to think if being a healthcare professional is the right decision. Dahil kung minsan feeling mo hindi ka masaya, minsan feeling mo wala yung sense of purpose sa ginagawa mo, na minsan hindi mo feel maging nurse, maging doktor, maging medtech, o kung ano man yung profesyon na napili mo. Na minsan, yung pumapasok na lang sa isip mo ay yung nararanasan mong hard work at frustrations in which you have to deal with that every single day. And if you feel that way, if you think if it's not worth it for you, and you cannot look at the bright side of this, it might not be worth it at all. And like what I said, you have to look at it if it's worth it for you. Sabi nga ng mga kilala kong frontliners, grabe yung nararanasan nilang hirap ngayon. Lalo na ngayong pandemic, sabayan pa nitong natural calamity at mga issue sa gobyerno, naghalo na yung problema nila. At sabi ng iba, hindi nila alam kung itutuloy pa nila yung profesyon na pinili nila dahil sa hirap na dinadaanan nila ngayon. Pero minsan nakikita mo naman sila, pa-easy-easy lang, pa-chill-chill lang, pa-TikTok-TikTok lang, sa social media. Pero it's their way of dealing with the stress na nararanasan nila araw-araw. But Puwera Biro, if I'll be given the chance to start brand new or do it over again, I'll do it over again. At sa iba din dyan sa tingin ko, yun din yung pipiliin yung sagot. Because it's the passion that drives you in the end. But some might have a different answer with that. The thing is, if you love what you do, like majority of our healthcare providers do, okay, then it will be worth it with you. And you might just ignore all the reasons I gave why it's not worth it to become a healthcare professional anymore. At the end of the day, everyone have their own purpose and I know you have yours too. Because experiencing true admiration and respect is not a goal. It's the side effect when you dedicate yourself to your passion. And lastly, to all these people who are working so hard, stressing themselves at tinitiis na malayo sa kani-kanilang mga pamilya just to save lives, just to be able to keep pushing forward and trying to flatten this curve and trying to help out. I applaud you guys at kayo yung mga tunay na master dito sa pandemyang ito. I appreciate every single thing you do guys from the bottom of my heart. So hindi ako gumamit ng mga master na word ngayon. Mga master dahil kayo mga frontliners, kayo yung mga tunay na master ngayong pandemyang ito. And yes, I'm behind this camera, this mic, this PC, but I'm definitely rooting for you guys. Just stay safe and continue all the hard work. At ito na nga mga master, yung dulo ng aking video. I hope you learned something. I hope I gave you a better perspective on whether being a healthcare provider, being a doctor, a nurse, a medtech, a pharmacy, a radtech, a physical therapist, at kung ano-ano pang mga healthcare professions yan na napili niyong tahakin. I hope I gave you a better perspective on whether being a healthcare provider is right for you. Sometimes it's right for you, sometimes it's right for someone. At the end of the day, it's your choice to make. At isang malaking shoutout sa lahat ng mga frontliners natin dyan sa Cagayan, lalong-lalo na dyan sa Tugigaraw. Binaha tayo kamakailan pero alam ko makakabangon din tayo mga master. At isang malaking shoutout sa MCNPians, lalong-lalo na sa Medical Technology Department at sa lahat ng mga professionals, mga healthcare professionals ng Cagayan at sa mga aspiring pa dyan, isang malaking shoutout sa inyo. And if you happen to like this video, just click the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Bye!